Back to my channel. Welcome to my evening routine as a mom of 4. I love to film these types of videos, so I hope you guys enjoy it today. Twins and I just ran out for a quick stock up on some supplies for meal prep. We're expecting a huge winter storm. I might vlog during the storm actually, so we'll see how that goes. But figured I would just share what we grabbed. All the grocery stores were pretty much swiped, but I thought to go to Weiss because that's a smaller grocery store where we live, and they had what we needed, so it worked out. It was a little bit more expensive, but I knew that the main stores that we go to weren't going to have it. If you guys want to see how much snow we actually get and how things end up panning out, definitely stay tuned for that next video. But I grabbed a gluten-free graham crust. I've been dying to make homemade key lime pie, so wanted to grab one of these. Grab some calamine spray lotion. One of the boys had a cold and I didn't think too much of it, and then he got a rash afterwards, so like a post-viral rash, and a friend was telling me calamine lotion might help with that, and I found that they had a spray one, so that's awesome for little kids. Impulse buy, I saw the Catalina Crunch Oreo cookies. I do really like these, and these would be delicious in some Greek yogurt for that viral Japanese cheesecake, if you know what I'm talking about, but just make it a little healthier, so I grabbed those. These were on an end cap impulse buy as well. I figured a snack for the snow day. Mango peach yogurt bites. I think all the kids will really like these. And Mason and Max really love the Chobani flips, and I don't buy them too often, but they had 2 mint chocolate chip ones left, so went ahead and got that as like a snow day lunch treat. Grabbed 3 bags of microwavable sweet potatoes for my husband. The only other place we can find these at is Wegmans, so it was nice that they had them. Grabbed a bunch of ground beef in here. We get the leanest one possible. Wegmans was completely sold out, so it was nice that Weiss had it, but it was just really expensive there. But we have it nonetheless for the meal prep for the week, so that's good. And then the last things, the boys saw Hot Wheel cars, and I don't always buy Hot Wheels every time we go out, but they do have a good bit of Hot Wheels. They were having a sale though, buy one, get one. So I figure for the snow day weekends, each boy can pick out a car. They love to drive the cars in the snow, make all types of tracks. We have like hundreds of these Hot Wheels cars, so the last thing they needed was another one, but they know every make and model and they want to collect them all, so super exciting for them. But that is just a little bit of the groceries that we picked up. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my night routine. Tonight's a solo night routine. The boys are at school, the older boys. The twins are with me. We're about to kind of get things prepped for our evening routine. I've got my basketball mom shirt on because tonight we have a basketball game. So it's gonna be a busy night, but I'm gonna share with you guys kind of what I do on a nightly basis. More so what I do, not so much as to what my kids do. You'll see them kind of like maybe here and there throughout the video, but this is not their night routine. This is my night routine. So I hope you guys enjoy. Maybe you find it relatable. If you do enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. If you're new here, I would love to have you as part of my YouTube family. So let's jump right in. I love to film videos like this in particular, especially for other people who have to do the night routines solo. My husband primarily works the evening shift, so I'm used to it by now. I kind of have my routine down with the kids, but maybe you're just starting out like this, so you're curious as to how it goes. Hopefully I can encourage you and let you know that it's not the worst thing in the world. Once you get your routine and systems down, it definitely just becomes like second nature. And then when your spouse is home, it's a bonus because you have extra hands to help you and you get more quality time together. But for now, this works for our family, so I just wanted to share with you guys, and I hope you enjoy it. Who remembers this book, the Dump Cakes book? I wanted this so bad one year for my birthday. My mom got it for me, and also the Dump Dinners book too. We're going to make a dump strawberry cake. I actually had all of these strawberries in our freezer from when we went strawberry picking, and I just cut off the little green stems and chopped them up. You just need some vanilla cake mix. I actually made my own. I used 2 cups of gluten-free flour, 1 cup of cane sugar, and then also 2 teaspoons of baking, let me check if it's baking powder or baking soda. It is baking powder, and a pinch of salt. You're just going to sprinkle that all over the top, and then take 1 stick of room temperature butter and slice it into little pats and place that all over the top. That is literally it. Set your oven to 350 degrees and bake for about 35 minutes or so. You can do this with literally any fruit, and it is so good. I love using my recipe books like this just for quick, simple desserts or meal ideas, and it's a nice way to use up whatever is in your freezer or pantry. So definitely give that a go and try your own cake mix. So I actually wanted to share my lunch with you guys because for dinner, I'll most likely go light tonight and have one of my protein yogurts. So that's what I like to do. I like to eat like a hearty lunch and then sometimes go lighter on dinner, or sometimes vice versa. But today I was able to get together some leftovers for lunch, so I figured I would just share. I have some peppers and onions that are cooked up with some lean ground beef, Greek yogurt on top, and then this hot honey sriracha sauce. My husband found this on TikTok. It is so good. One of my favorite sauces. It's only 10 calories. I want to say this brand is by Joey Swole, perhaps. I'm not 100% sure, but they make all different flavors, and I love to top my meats with it. It gives it such a great flavor. If I didn't have so much beef here, I might add like a rice or sweet potato, but I have a lot here, so this is going to be my big lunch of the day. I literally utilize every inch of my twins' nap times, especially on school days, because nap time is not quite as long because we do have to get the boys from school and then get the dinner routine going. And then if we have sports too, we have to, make sure we're out of the house for that. So any second of time that I possibly have, I am doing laundry, cleaning up, getting all of the things done. Of course, when my husband is home, it is a little bit easier time-wise. I don't always have to drag the twins out of the house as often. So that is nice when he's there, but when he's not, we've got to bundle them up and get them out the doors too. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this remainder of laundry put away and tackle some of the chores before I do my workout and make dinner. The twins have been falling asleep late in their nap time, which is resulting in me having to wake them up. So then they're pretty cranky. It's definitely tough, but I'm not ready to give up their nap times yet. And I don't think they are either. I think they at least need some quiet time, even if they don't want to sleep. We just all need a little break in the day to refresh ourselves, recharge, relax a little bit, and get through the second half. So I'm currently drinking my pre-workout shake. My evening routine kind of builds from here because I'm getting things like prepared for the evening. So for basketball, I wanted to show you guys my little tips and tricks because I do have to take the twins with me and they have to stay sedentary for an entire hour, which if you have toddlers, you know that can be very difficult. And with twins, you might have one toddler that might be willing to sit through it and then the other doesn't, and then they flip-flop all around. So it's definitely a challenge, but I'm gonna show you guys what I do to try and make it through. So here's my bag of tricks. This is a giant bog bag. I actually got it 50% off. They had a basketball print and a football print. I think they have baseball too, but my husband said to get the football one. That's his favorite. And the boys do play football as well, but I use it for all of the sports. And this thing is amazing. It holds so much. Highly, highly recommend. If you can get a 50% off deal, just go ahead and get yourself this humongous one. It's awesome. But inside my bag of tricks here, I keep various things for the twins. I keep little musical books in here to keep them entertained. I have snacks. I'm going to be packing their dinner since it's a 5:30 game, which I really like that time slot, so I can get the twins down from nap and all that. The older boys will eat prior, but I will pack the twins dinner with me, so that accounts for some of the time in the stroller, like they can sit there and eat their dinner. And then I also wanted to share this life hack. Not the healthiest thing, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I keep a box of rock candy in here for when I get desperate. And if you don't know what rock candy is, it's this lollipop, but they're extra big and they take a really long time to eat. I went with the clear ones because the clear is dye-free. It is a bunch of sugar, it's junk. We brush our teeth really well afterwards, but sometimes you get desperate. You don't want two toddlers screaming on the basketball court. There's nowhere to really move around there. It's very tight. It's like 2 different courts and basically the doors to leave. So we've got to get a little creative. I also added to this bag from earlier today, you guys remember I bought those 2 Hot Wheel cars, the BOGO Hot Wheels. So I stuck 2 of the new ones in there. So if we get desperate, I can say, do you want some new cars? And we've got those. I'm gonna put their dinner in there a little bit later. It's a little bit early now. But another little tip and thing that I like to do, my older boys didn't know what these were because they didn't get them until they were much older, but the twins obviously see their older brothers, so it's a whole different playing field with them. But these Good to Grow drinks, these are the organic 75% less sugar. Now they are pricey, but you only have to buy them once, because what you do is you let your kid drink the little juice in there and you pop it in the dishwasher. These are filled with water. These are Monster Trucks ones. They have like Hot Wheels Monster Trucks on them. They're wet coming out of the dishwasher. But what I like to do is take this stir. It's like a fruit or water enhancer. I think they make all different kinds, but this is one of the better ones. 0 sugar fruit punch, naturally sourced. So I just put 1 little squirt of this in with the water and shake it up, and the twins think they have a new juice every single time. So we just broke these out the other day, so they're still kind of novel and new to them. So I'm gonna pack those for the basketball bag. Basketball keeps falling on the days that my husband has work. Like, it varies every single week, and for some reason it's usually on the days that he has work. So I have to get really creative with this. He's gonna be taking the boys though, like after my procedure, he's gonna be in charge of basketball for a little bit. I'll still go, but I'm not gonna be doing like the heavy duty lifting and entertaining. I'm mostly gonna be able just to sit and watch, hopefully. But for now, these are just some of my little tips and tricks that I do. I think I'm gonna make chicken cheese quesadillas for the boys tonight, just an easy kid dinner since my husband isn't here. And I'm not obligated to make like anything, you know, too fancy tonight. So I'll pack that up as well, and their little juices and snacks, and hopefully that works. Time was ticking away. I still had to clean up from lunch, so I'm going to go ahead and just vacuum up the crumbs and then go over the floor with the Swiffer mop. I didn't want to break out the whole Tineco vac because you do have to clean that out, and I knew that I wasn't going to be using it for dinner. That's also one bonus about eating dinner at sports, is I don't have to clean up the house afterwards, so that was super nice. The twins did sit in their stroller and eat their dinner, so I didn't have to worry about an entire dinner cleanup. And and I also didn't have to clean up the house as much as if we were in. All types of toys would be taken out and we'd have a lot more to clean up. So it was really nice on this night that when we got back, everyone just kind of chilled for a little bit and then we got ready for bedtime. I didn't really have to worry about too much of a mess, but once I got the floors squeaky clean, I headed downstairs for a quick workout and then it's literally right back upstairs to prepare dinner.
I saw your face in a big crowd, and now it's all I think about. I've had some leads, but nothing found. A puzzle I can't figure out. I'm running circles and I don't have a plan. I've got a mess, I'm stuck with an impossible task. Looking through my files and I'm checking the news. I'm trying everything I can to get back to you. I'm in pursuit. I'm in pursuit. I'm in pursuit. I'm in pursuit. I'm losing sleep, 'cause I'm obsessed. Feels like this case could be my death. I need a hint, I need a clue.
All right, makeshift dinner underway. I have my high protein gluten-free wrap with some chicken, cheese, and Greek yogurt on top instead of sour cream. So I'm gonna eat that. The older boys have chicken, cheese, tortilla, and a side of fruit before basketball. And then I have the chicken and cheese quesadilla for the twins. I'm gonna wrap up and bring it with me. Unpopular opinion, I like to have dinner very early. Usually when the boys come home from school, they are starving, asking for dinner, and I'd much rather give them their meal and then they can have a snack after versus them like eating a whole bunch of snacks and then not wanting any food of substance or protein or fruits or anything. So we just kind of do that. Most likely tonight they'll eat this, and then when they get home from basketball later, they'll have a snack. So this is just kind of like a quick, easy, yet somewhat healthy dinner. About to go grab the boys. We're gonna go outside. It's super cold. I'm gonna bring them their hats from Disney World. These are so cute, such great quality too. We got them when we were on our vacation. I sent them in lighter coats today because it said it was gonna be a little bit warmer, but now it is extremely windy, so we'll probably have to drive over to basketball practice instead of walk. I had promised the boys after school that I would play a game with them. They had wanted to play a game earlier in the morning, and it was honestly so hectic getting out of the house, getting everyone ready, and getting to school on time. We just didn't have any extra time to play a board game or anything, so I said, when you get home, we can play a game. So we played the matching game, which is one of my favorites with them. I can just sit there and mindlessly play, but we're still connecting, and it's not too many rules or anything crazy. And then I'm also just going to vacuum up after the older boys ate their dinner and get everyone's jackets on pretty much. The boys got dressed for basketball. I packed up all of the food for the twins, and we are just going to drive over to the school. It was far too windy to walk, even though I prefer it. It takes forever to get out of the parking lot because there's so many basketball games going on. So we normally just have to wait there when I could literally already be home. But one of the twins just wasn't happy on this night. I had to wake them from nap, like I was saying earlier, and they were just very clingy, and I just kind of had to roll with the punches. I mean, you can only do so much when you're solo and you have places to be for your older kids too. You just try the best that you can to comfort the little ones and bring things to entertain them and keep them happy, but sometimes it doesn't always work out perfectly. So I just try my best, and it is what it is. Sometimes I have to tell myself that it is what it is. You're one person, you're doing the best that you can, and you can't change the circumstances sometimes. You just have to deal with it and people might stare at you if you have a crying child. They might be wondering why you're not, tending to them or whatever. And maybe you've done everything that you possibly could and you're just trying to be there for all of your kids at once. So it's definitely a balancing act. We got back from basketball. I didn't film any there, of course, because there's lots of other kids and families and it's tight quarters. So I didn't want to invade anyone's privacy, but I'm just going to put the boys' water bottles in the dishwasher. We will run this dishwasher the next morning once our breakfast plates are in there. We're going to kind of close up the house and get the twins dressed for bedtime. They played with their cars for a little bit, and then I took them upstairs and brushed their teeth and just got them into bed. Luckily, this night was not a bath night for them because it definitely would have been hard because we were getting in a little bit late and it just would have been so rushed. So I saved that for the next day. But these are the socks that I use for the twins. They have little grippers on the bottom and I got them on Amazon. They're so good. And I love that they're all the same color. So when you're doing laundry, you can just easily pick them out and fold them up. So I highly recommend those. I will try and link them down in my description box below in case you're looking for some good affordable toddler socks. Those are the ones that I usually buy, and I will just get like the next size up as needed. I'm also making my nightly mocktail. I love to do this as a sweet little treat. I have some tart cherry juice in my cup with some ice, and I usually dump in 1 Olipop soda or Poppy soda. This is the Shirley Temple one, and it is so good. I was so excited to have this as my little treat. I'm also going to get a load of wash going because I had the boys' basketball uniforms, so I wanted to get those all cleaned up. And then I'm going to prepare everybody's toothbrushes. The older boys take care of their own teeth, obviously, and the twins like to brush their own teeth, but I usually have to go in and try and brush for them as well, even though they just want to run away at that point. But I use the Hello toothpaste for the younger 3 boys, and then my oldest uses a regular Kids Colgate toothpaste that he would have to spit out. I usually read the twins' books during the daytime, and then at nighttime, after I tuck the twins in, I will read the older boys their bedtime stories since we don't really read throughout the day. They're at school or playing. So that is when I will have that one-on-one time with them and read. Also, I turn on all of the sound machines. I'm a huge fan of sound machines because we have lots of people in our house, lots of noises, and it definitely helps to drown some of that out, especially with my husband coming in and out at odd times, and he has alarms and he's closing doors and all of that. So I like to have the sound machines going for the kids. And then next, I'm going to take off my makeup. I use a little makeup eraser wipe from Aldi that I got years ago. And then I will go in with a cleanser and cleanse my face. I'm not putting any creams or anything on yet because I do plan on using my red light mask on this night. I got it for Christmas from my mom, which is so exciting. I definitely have been wanting one of those. I don't have Botox or anything in my face, so I'm just trying to find any way to preserve it and keep it looking youthful. And I've heard that these red light masks work wonders, so I can't wait to test it out. I've only used it a couple of times so far. I put on my candle warmer lamp. I love having that for some ambiance, and it has an automatic shut off, so I don't have to worry about a candle flame burning. And bonus, it was Friday night, so Hallmark Christmas is on. I'm so excited whenever they play Christmas movies all year long. I'm just a Christmas fanatic. You guys already know that about me. But I'm going to lay in bed for a little bit and just do a couple minutes of my red light mask. I notice that when I take it off, all of my rosacea is immediately gone. It's amazing. But then, of course, it comes back by the morning time. I wish it would just go away using this mask, but I'm curious to see the results over time. I know I look hilarious here. I feel like I look like the island of Tafiti when she's evil in Moana, if you know what I'm talking about, when she's like that lava woman. That's what I look like. And then I also spend the majority of time editing my videos in bed, and I usually am up late doing that because I have no other time throughout the day really, unless I want to cut out my workouts. But that is my night routine, my solo night routine. I'm just transferring the laundry before I go ahead and brush my teeth and get into the bed to get some rest. But I hope you guys enjoyed seeing my routine. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on future videos. And thank you so much for watching until the end. I truly appreciate it.